in and out of the church. This is your opportunity to receive help, direction, and guidance regarding tough topics that affect us all. Join us as we bring clarity to life's most challenging subject matter with the goal of healing, educating, and inspiring. So without further ado, it's time for Let's Talk, Real Talk with Dr. GG.
Well, hello, everyone. It is time for Let's Talk Real Talk with none other than your girl, Dr. GG. And I have the other doctor in the house today. We have the mighty man of God, my husband, my soulmate, my friend, my partner, my just all of them things. Team Gibbs is in the house today. And we gonna Let's Talk Real Talk. I am so honored. I count it an honor and a privilege to be able to get you on, my mighty man of God, because I know I value your time. Even though you're my husband, you don't just get to pop on when he wants to pop on you all. So let's talk real talk. Let's tell the truth here. But I am honored that you took the time out to join us this morning for Let's Talk Real Talk. So without any further ado, I'm going to present to some and introduce the other, none other than my husband, Dr. Frederick Gibbs. And I'm going to let him tell you all a little bit about himself. And then we're going to get into the topic today at hand, which is Kill It or It Will Kill You, his latest book. So go ahead and introduce yourself, Dr. Gibbs.
Good morning. I'm Dr. Frederick Gibbs. Dr. Gwen, she's well known. So how long is the show? How long broadcast?
It's 30 minutes.
Oh,
we got 30 minutes.
I want to spend more.
Let's talk real talk.
I want to spend a lot of time talking about the books and other things that God had purpose and destined for me to do in my life. So, as time goes on, they'll know more about me.
Amen. That was a real quick introduction. I think you could have talked more about yourself. You know, how did you become an author? And we're gonna get into all of that. See, he's trying to control my show, y'all. That's why I have to limit. Let's talk real talk. That's why I keep him off, because he ends up interviewing me most of the time when I bring him on the show. But today we're gonna Let's Talk Real Talk truly about his book. And let's take a quick commercial break. And when we come back from this commercial break, we're gonna dive into his book on Kill It or It Will Kill You. So we'll be right back after this quick commercial break.
There are some things we all must know as we journey to the ultimate goal. Join Dr. Frederick Gibbs for his latest book, available on Amazon, including the bonus book, What's Stopping and Blocking Your Blessings in Every Area of Life. Spiritually speaking, the goal of any believer is to spend eternity in heaven with Jesus. But we must be spiritually mature enough to know that there are some things that we must be doing on earth until such a time comes. Kill It or It Will Kill You. You Can't Conquer What Is Not Confronted, by Dr. Frederick Gibbs.
We are back. I'm telling you, I wanted to play the James Bond music on the announcement. I did put it on the announcement for us coming on in the morning, for telling everyone on last night that we was coming on this morning, and I had the James Bond music playing, because on the book, my husband, they came up with a great idea of 007, and you'll notice on his cover it has the picture of a gun. So tell us a little bit about, y'all. I'm holding the book. I'm telling you, I think this is the grandbaby of them all. I say that about all his books, but I really believe that this is the grandbaby of them all. So tell us about the sum total of how you came about Kill It or It Will Kill You.
Basically, let's go back to the James Bond part of it. Well, how the publisher and I, we came up with the picture. Can I show the picture?
You can show it again, yes.
Of the weapon. I was in the military, and she said gun, but there's a difference between a weapon and a gun, and those who look and understand what I'm talking about. This is a weapon. But anyway, we came up with the idea, the James Bond, because of the fact that when I was in another state, my license, driver license, actually had 007 in it. When I was in another state prior to coming here, and they used to call me James Bond. Even when I was in college, James Bond. So we was on a ship, cruise somewhere. I forget. I said, I was flipping through some things.
You was, I think, taking pictures or something.
And it came. I said, so I sent it to the publisher and all those editors, and they looked at it and they thought it was great. And so that's how this came about, the attire and everything, the James Bond look. And the title of the book fit right into Kill It
or It'll Kill You. I love that title. That in itself should pique your interest. I just want to say, this book is not just for someone that's spiritual. I know it said spiritual in the announcement there, but I believe that this book is for whether you're spiritual, whether you're saved, whether you're not saved, because you can be not saved and some things will kill you too. So go a little bit into that.
I want to concentrate on the word. You notice it. So some people may say, what is it?
What is it?
So basically, when I say kill it or it will kill you, the it is forces, and can I have, as I previously said when we started, they'll get to know me a lot better as we go along.
Go ahead.
But kill it or it'll kill you. And you said the grandbaby of them all. Well, I look at it as the sum total of all the books I've written, and I pray that we have time to go over some of the other books, to talk about. But this book also come with a bonus book, and I want to talk about that a little bit.
Go ahead.
So how this book came about is that after I wrote a lot of books, maybe 10 books, the Lord has sent me, on a mission. Say, I want you to write these books, and they for every area of your life, for saved people, unsaved people, those who know the Lord. But when we was born, it says in Ephesians that God had a purpose for us in the book of Ephesians. I'm not trying to get too theological here, but
come on, let's talk real talk.
In Ephesians, the first chapter, the verses, the first chapter, verse 3 through 7, it talks about how God had something for us before the beginning of the foundation of the world, before we got here. So it's not a matter of us going to get it. It's a matter of us, it coming to get us. But along the way, we're on a journey. We came here, this book, to summarize this book, pretty much when you was born, you started on a journey and trying to get to a destination, spiritually, naturally, financially, every area of your life, materially, physically. And so along the way on this journey, there's forces coming against you.
Yes.
And I take 3 chapters to talk about the different kind of forces.
Wow.
Now, those 3 forces are covered in 60 different topics. It's 60 different topics from every which way possible. And I'm not going to go into the forces and name them because you'll know the whole book. But in chapter 1, I talk about a force. Chapter 2, I'll tell you about a force. And chapter 3, I'll tell you about a force. And some of these forces are invisible. And if you don't kill it, it'll kill you. And that's what this book is about, pretty much, to summarize the book.
Wow.
But there is a chapter 4 now.
Now, I love, you didn't talk. We talked about kill it or it will kill you. But your subtopic is you can't conquer what is not confronted.
You got to confront it.
Ooh.
I mean, let's say somebody want to lose weight or somebody want to be a millionaire or whatever your destiny purpose is, or spiritual. I just don't want to just go to church and come back home every Sunday, week after week, and the same thing. I know what's going to happen Sunday, or no matter on your job, whatever you're inspired to do.
Yeah.
But this book is just not about spiritual things. It's about natural, financial, every area of your life. When I say every area, if you see my posts or on Facebook or me preaching, I love to use that word, every area. I'm just not, for a long time, we grew up in the church. And I'm kind of like Gideon. Gideon in Judges 6th chapter, he said, where are the blessings? Where are the blessings that the forefathers told us about? Where are those things at? And so God had me writing all these books. You sent me here, and in about 3 years time frame, I wrote about 7 books. Now that's not all the books I've written, but in that time frame, the proof is in the pudding. I'm gonna send you here, and I want you to come in different directions. Every book is catered towards an area of your life, and that's why I say this is the sum total, because all the other books pretty much is in this book. It's over 200 plus pages in this book, 60 topics that will cover every area of your life, financially, spiritually, naturally. See, let me say this, squeeze this in real quick. You know, you go to church or whatever you do, you get saved. Salvation is more than just dying and going to heaven.
Come on.
This book prepare you for earth before you get there. You know, you living in earth, you living on earth right now. Okay, and so you need to know how to get through earth before you can even get to heaven. Yeah, salvation is more than just dying one day and I'm going to heaven. Now that's the ultimate goal of every believer, is to get to heaven. But you living on earth now, and you got forces coming against you to block, derail, distract, discourage, deceive. And if you don't kill it, it'll kill you.
Wow. That right there in itself, you just hit the nail on the head. If you don't kill it, it will kill you. Whatever your it is. And you started naming some of them it's. If you want to lose weight, come on, let's keep it 100. If you want to lose weight, you can't kill it if you still going eating 5 moon pies every day. If you still going to McDonald's, getting a Big Mac, and then going over to Burger King and you're ordering the Papa John's or the burger, whatever, Chick-fil-A or wherever you're going to get your fast food at. If you're trying to lose weight, until you confront the fact that you want to actually lose weight, you're not going to kill it. No. It's going to kill you. That is, I was like, stay off my street right there, Dr. Gibbs, because that you right there, because I could not, until I started to getting up and started to walking, until I started to getting up, changing my eating habit, you know, cutting out the late night snacks, until I confronted the fact that, hey, you done gained too much weight here, girl. You can't wear these clothes no more. I could not kill this overweight or overeating. So, but I had to confront it. So if I didn't kill it, it was going to kill me, because it was going to lead to obesity, which was going to cause other health problems. Right. So go ahead, Dr. Gibbs.
I don't know if the camera, can they bring the camera in just a little bit?
We have to bring it.
Well, anyway, this is chapter 1, for example. And I said in each chapter,
they're going to have to go get the book. They can't see it.
I just want to show that, for example, in chapter 1, these are the topics. It's just not talking about the physical stuff, the natural stuff, the spiritual, in every area of your life. For example, like and the first force coming against you, it could be yourself. And I tell you, you don't only supposed to know who you are and whose you are. You're supposed to know who you are not. Stuff like that. I go and it's great resources all the way through.
I like that. I think we was talking about the same topic there. I see. I'm gonna tell y'all gonna have to go get the book, and this gonna entice you to go get the book. So we're not gonna give you all of them, but some of the topics, he just hit on one of them that we just had a Let's Talk Real Talk about this about 2 weeks ago. Know who you are. Right. You just said that again. You gotta know who you are.
The two of you.
That's 2 of you.
The pig and the sheep.
Ooh.
True identity is priceless. Spirit, soul, and body. I go deep into that one. New creature. And what I like about this book, it's just not me sitting down writing books. Because as in Galatians 1, 11 and 12, yeah, it's true that I have a lot of degrees. I have 6 degrees by the grace of God. My wife has many degrees. But Paul came along and said, this stuff that I write, it didn't come from man. Yeah. It didn't come from a college. It came through the Holy Spirit, through revelation. You can't write this with your natural mind. With your natural mind, there is no way I can write 200 and something pages, and 7 books in about 3 years time frame.
No,
and
no
as
way.
we get into the other books, you see some of the other books have more pages than this. But let's go to chapter 2, if you don't mind. Like chapter 2, it's over about 40-something topics I talk about when I deal with that second force. The first chapter deal with the first force. The second, I tell you about what are some of the main weapons: the invisible enemy, spiritual discernment, the 3 areas of attack, crumbs and not the whole cake, character and influence. How do we do a counterattack? Irrevocable. Lay aside every weight. So that's chapter 2, dealing with the second force.
Lay aside every weight.
Let me go to chapter 3 real quick. Chapter 3 deals with the third force, and some of the topic deals with pride and greed, doctrine of devils and demons, targeting, behavior modification versus heart transformation.
That's a good one.
Close your gates.
Ooh.
Watch out for whoever is trying to cover you. watch and pray, redeem the time, the red flag. And I just gave you a synopsis of everything, and then great detail, research. Just not something I'm saying off the top of my head.
You got to get the book. I'm telling you, the book is available on Amazon. Amazon.com. Look up Dr. Frederick Gibbs. Kill it or it will kill you.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot conquer what you do not confront. I know he just named off quite a few topics that I'm about to go back and read again, especially the one about the red flags and close the gates.
Mm-hmm.
You got to know when to close the gates. You got to know what kind of gates you need to close. You got to know what kind of doors you need to be going in. Let's talk real talk. You got to know when you get that red flag, when to run, when to stop, when to go forward.
Mm-hmm.
You need to know these things, because if you don't kill it, whatever that it is, and it could be anything. Anything.
Mm-hmm. Anything. But you said something key. I don't want somebody who looking today or tomorrow or next week and say, well, he just talking to believers. I'm talking to believers and non-believers. Believe it or not, contrary to popular belief, more people purchase the book who are non-believers than believers.
Yes.
This book, matter of fact, every book that I've written, in the front of the book, pretty much, when I do my dedication and all the introduction, this book is dedicated not only to non-believers or believers. This book is written for you, and you.
It's for anyone, because we all need to be delivered or healed or set free from something. It is something, whether you saved or not saved. That everybody, let's talk real talk. Even the saved people need to kill some things. We're not gonna go there. We could go there. Let's talk. This is though. Let's talk real talk. But that's in that book. It's addressing the saved and the unsaved. So I don't want you. We want to put that caveat out there and let everyone know that you can get this book whether you saved or not saved. I want to encourage you, especially if you saved, to get the book. But if you're not saved, go get the book too. It's for everybody. It's for everybody. But I want to talk about, now you said on there, and it said it on the commercial, that you included the bonus book. Tell us why you include bonus book.
Now it says, to whom much is given, and much is required. Now I know some people sitting here that's on this morning, the men around us, and the men, in our presence. And one thing I can say, the Dr. Gwen and myself, everything that we post, everything that you see, we are living examples of what we see. I mean, what we say. I'm not just on Facebook or around the world, around the globe, just telling people something. I'm a first example. We are first examples of what we say. If I tell you God can bless you, first of all, he had to bless me in order for me to tell you.
Ooh, come on.
And so to whom much is given, much is required. So I asked the Lord, I said, Lord, you blessing us, so how is it I can bless the people back? So he came up with the idea, and I ran it past the publisher, and I got more than one publisher, run it past the publisher, and some authors, and they said, you gonna do what? You gonna do what?
That was me.
That
was me. I'm the you gonna do what?
So I give away a lot of books. So this book also includes a bonus book.
Yes.
Now I challenge you to go on Facebook, Amazon, and this book I'm about to show you, and you see the price. But this book, practically, it's in this book here.
Wow.
And the name of the book, the bonus book, is called "What's Stopping and Blocking Your Blessing in Every Area of Life." Not just spiritually, not just naturally, every area. What's blocking you? Why you can't get to where you're trying to go? It's something blocking you. And for a lot of Christians, it's not because you're not giving money. It's not because you're not saved. It's not because you don't have faith. You have to have faith to get saved. So you got faith. It's not that you don't love the Lord, but something is blocking you from getting to where you need to be. And this book covers that. I go into great detail with it.
I love how you tied those two together, because when you find out what's stopping and blocking your blessing, then you can kill it. Oh, come on now. I felt that in my shana. I know we had the church today, but that went down in my shana. So when he tied those two books together, I was like, oh, I see it now. I see it now. Once you identify, let's talk real talk. Once you identify what's stopping you,
can kill
and
it.
what's blocking you, then you can kill it. You got to confront it though, but you need to know what's stopping you.
You got to know what it is. This book here, it tells you. Okay, both books tell you, what's stopping. I'm going to tell you what's stopping. I'm going to tell you what's stopping. And then this book here goes into more detail. These are the things that stopping you. Okay, you identify what's stopping you. Now you need to kill it. You got to confront it. If you don't confront it, it'll kill you.
Yes.
It'll kill you. And so that's pretty much the topic for these two books. Right?
Wow. Now that y'all, I know your other book, your last book, It's Time to Laugh. I'm amazed at how God gives you different topics and titles to your different books. You don't not only do you have It's Time to Laugh, which I thought that book was hilarious. It really was hilarious. But you have other books that you were able to, like you said, you've written numerous books, like 7 books in the last 3 years. So
where they do that at? Unless, and you're working a full-time job.
Come on.
Prison ministry, traveling around the globe. We just got back from Cozumel, Rio Tan, Honduras. Where else we was at? We was Cozumel, Rio Tan, Mahogany Bay. I mean, and that just recently, the Lord has blessed Dr. Gibbs and myself. I have been on 5 different continents around the globe. And these books are just not for people in America, across the water.
Yeah.
And when you may hear me say, these books are in the reach of millions of people, trust me, they are. They are right now in the reach of millions of people. So what I'm trying to do is help you, in areas that God has blessed us in, so you can see. If time permit, we'll cover some of those.
You can go ahead and cover them now, because we are coming close to the end of our time. But I did want you to expound a little bit more on that, because this isn't the first time that you added a bonus book in. So, and you've already told us, to whom much is given, much is required, and to freely receive. So explain about the One Testimony Part 2. The One Testimony Part 1, y'all, is my love story. It's our love story. I truly believe that's what it is. But go ahead. I don't want to take up. Y'all say I take up all y'all time.
No, you don't take all my time. You good. You good. I told you before we came to the studio that it may be a part 2, and so I get a little. Being the husband, I get a little extra. Right?
You get a little extra, but you get a little extra. But I'm gonna let you talk a little bit more.
Some of the other books, a lot of the books come with a bonus book. Now, the One Testimony, let me talk about the One Testimony. But the One Testimony Part 1, pretty much is that book was written, published by TBN, and they have this book in 175 nations around the globe. This book right here, the One Testimony Part 1. And it's kind of like my lovey-dovey book, because it goes into detail how Dr. Gwen and I met and all this, and it goes into a lot of detail. So this one here is close to my heart.
I love story. I call it our love story.
The One Testimony Part 1. But now, and the reason I bought this book up, because a lot of people been asking me, you in the month of June 2024, or sooner, or it could go longer, depending upon supply and demand. So, but I was led to come out with the One Testimony 2, and that book is almost 330 pages. The One Testimony Part 2, and this book, they thought I had lost my mind when I came out with the One Testimony Part 2. And the bonus books that came with it. Well, if you order the One Testimony Part 2,
yes, you
don't only get this book, the One Testimony Part 2, but to whom much is given, much is required. You're gonna get 4 books. And I challenge you to go on Facebook. I keep saying Facebook. Go on Amazon, and once I give you the title of the books, and you can add up how much each book costs separate. But this one book has all 4 of these books that inside of it. for 1/3 of what you'll pay for each book. So let's talk about
real talk.
Let's talk about the 4 books. The first book that comes with the One Testimony Part 2. Can they see this?
It's a glare on it.
It's called Look Inside. I go kind of fast. Look Inside. It's already there. It goes into detail. You know, you already have what you're looking for inside of you. It's in you. You looking over here, over there, up there. It's inside of you. And this book tells you how to bring it out. The first book. The other book is Don't Be a Worshiper of Worship. Tell you there's a difference between praise and worship, and how to come into the atmosphere of God, and you can get exactly what you want and need.
Come on now.
The other book I want to talk to you about, it comes again, is What's Stopping and Blocking Your Blessing. That comes also with the One Testimony.
Wow. So this book, I'm telling you, this is a game changer. What's stopping and blocking your blessing? You got to know what's stopping it, and that's what you're going to take that.
And One Testimony Part 2, the 4th book that comes with it is one of my other babies. Is Freely Receive Blessings for Every Area of Life. Now, when I keep saying a lot of my books, you'll notice it got in every area of life. This book, Freely Receive Blessings for Every Area of Life. It's just not natural, spiritual, financially, materially, physically, emotionally, socially, psychologically, in every area of your life. That's what this book's for.
Wow. And they all go back to the One Testimony Part 2. So I'm partial. The One Testimony Part 1 is our love story. Then he went and did the One Testimony Part 2 and put all of the books seemed like in there. And then I thought that was the end. I was like, okay, I'm good with that. And then God said, no, that's not the end. To whom much is given, is still some things that need to be addressed. So kill it or it will kill you. It's I say it's the grandbaby of them all. Because I know it ties back to how to freely receive, how to identify, how to know what is hindering you from walking into what God has called you to. Right. So as we're coming close to the end, what final remarks or what would you like to say to everyone to help them to really know, one, how to fully identify what is stopping and blocking their blessing, and once they identify it, how to kill it?
Well, that's gonna cause another show.
Oh.
And that's gonna cause another show. And I like to say one thing. I always notice you always have people on, and I have a hard schedule. You have a tough schedule also, and I like to take at least 20 or 30 seconds to say, I had my own notes written out that I was trying to cover tonight. Make sure, and you did an excellent job. You covered everything that the Holy Spirit had led me to go over. So I got my notes right here, and I was just looking, make sure she could, and she was just covering my notes. And go, one thing is, like when we preach, I don't see what she gonna preach about, or she don't see what I'm gonna teach about. So I had my notes just in case you didn't cover a certain area. So pretty much, I like to give you those flowers down.
Oh,
but back to the question at hand, you said about how what some pointers I could tell. Well, first of all, once again, you the reason the 2 books are there, you got to know what's blocking and stopping you, and then once you identify that, you got to confront it. I don't care what it is. It's just not spiritual. It could be natural, financially. If you, like I said earlier, you want $1 million, you got to start. This is what I need to do. This is what I need to do. This is what I need. Whatever it is. You said something about eating or whatever. It's more than just physical stuff. It's emotionally or whatever the situation is. You might have to get from around certain people, or get around people that gonna push you forward. I try to get around people who bigger than me in a sense. And that keep pushing me forward. That's pretty much what I'm trying to say.
Well, I want to say thank you for joining us, Dr. Gibbs. Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule. I want to encourage all of you all to go get that book. I'm telling you, you will be blessed if you get nothing but the book, Kill It or It Will Kill You.
Come with a bonus.
Or if or the One Testimony Part 2. Those the two books. I'm telling you, if you get either one of those books, I promise you, you will be truly blessed. Again, thank you for joining us. This has been Let's Talk Real Talk with none other than your girl, Dr. GG, and Team Gibbs was in the house today, my mighty man of God, Dr. Frederick Gibbs. So God bless you all. Don't forget to like, share, tell someone. We'll be right back here next Friday, 6 a.m. We'll see you then. You all take care. Oh, you know what I forgot? Let's talk real talk. You cannot miss the conference. The conference tickets is limited seats, y'all. Lord. If you have not gotten your tickets, let's talk real talk. Room. Make room, get in the room. Make room, get in the room. Let's talk real talk. Get your tickets. Go out to Eventbrite. Look for Make Room 2024 and get your tickets. It will truly bless you. But I want to say thank you again, my mighty man of God. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's talk real talk. Go to Amazon.com for all of Dr. Frederick Gibbs' books. And you can find my books there. But it is about you, mighty man of God. They see my books in the background. But yeah, go to Amazon and get these books. Get the books, be a blessing to the mighty man of God so that he can continue to go around the globe and spread the gospel. Together. We go as a team, but we are focusing on you today. Right. We're focusing on you. So we'll see you all back next Friday. This has been Let's Talk with Dr. GG. I'll catch you all next Friday.
Thanks for watching Let's Talk Real Talk with Dr. GG, the television show dedicated to real-life issues both in and out of the church. We pray today's show was a blessing to you. Join us next week as we strive to bring clarity to life's most challenging subject matter with the goal of healing, educating, and inspiring. So until next week, God bless from the Let's Talk Real Talk television show with Dr. GG.